In today's world, the richest 1% own almost half of all the money, while the poorest half of the world only has 0.75%. That means there's a big gap between rich and poor. Some people might think that rich folks got their money because they were born into it or won the lottery, but that's not true for most of them. Out of the 80 richest people, only 11 inherited their wealth. The other 69 worked hard to earn it. So, what really makes the difference between rich and poor people? Imagine two friends, James and Gary, who have similar IQs, come from middle-class families, and live in the same city. Yet James becomes rich, while Gary struggles financially. Let's see why. After work every day, Gary comes home, spends hours watching TV, and starts browsing Facebook and Instagram to unwind from his job. On the other hand, James, when he gets home, takes some rest and immediately starts studying, taking courses, and learning about the latest trends like AI and other technologies. Even though he already has a master's degree, he spends extra hours each night studying for another qualification to climb the corporate ladder faster. James understands that successful people like Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Cuban invest a lot in reading and continuous learning. James believes that if millionaires are putting so much effort into learning new things, he should do the same. So, the key difference is in their habits. While Gary relaxes with TV, James invests time in self-improvement, setting himself up for financial success. So the key difference that separates the rich from the poor is 1. Rich people never stop learning. The first key difference between the rich and the poor is that the rich never stop learning. The next day at work, Gary receives a $500 bonus, much less than his colleagues. Upset, Gary complains to his boss, mentioning his 10 years at the company and the disappointing bonus. The boss points out that Gary's productivity has been declining every year and not contributing much to the team. On the other side, James is diligently working on his project when his boss hands him an envelope. Opening it, James finds a $10,000 check in his name. The difference lies in the fact that James is constantly learning and working hard, making valuable contributions to his workplace, while Gary has not been as proactive in his professional growth. 2. Rich people pay themselves first. One night after work, Gary is watching TV and sees an ad for the latest phone that costs $800. As soon as he receives his paycheck in the following week, he rushes to buy his phone. While considering this purchase, he also wants to buy the new smartwatch for $400, and after paying his bills, rent, utilities, and his credit card debt, when he checks his balance at the end of the month, he's surprised to find that not only did he not save any money, but his account is lower than the previous month. Gary is puzzled about where all his money went. In contrast, when James gets paid, $1,000 is automatically deducted and directed into a savings account he can't readily access. After ensuring his savings are funded, James pays his mortgage and utilities. At the end of the month, James smiles as he notices his bank balance has grown, making him even richer. The difference is clear. While Gary spends his money on immediate expenses, James prioritizes saving and investing wisely, focusing on creating value and building wealth over time. Rich people understand the importance of paying themselves first, whether it's through investments, savings, or creating assets that generate income, rather than simply spending their money to impress others. 3. The rich understand the importance of delayed gratification. Gary, who is terrified of going to work every day, relies on a daily frappuccino from Starbucks to get through his mornings. He willingly spends $5 each day on this sugary treat, considering it a necessary expense for his daily energy boost. On the other hand, James walks past Starbucks every day, but instead of splurging on an expensive latte, he opts for the free coffee available at work. While it may not be as satisfying as a Starbucks drink, James sees the value in saving $5 a day. Over the course of a year, this adds up to $1,500, which he plans to use for an all-inclusive trip to Bali with his wife. James understands the concept of delaying gratification, a trait common among the wealthy. While occupation, education, location, and gender were significant, delaying instant gratification emerged as a powerful predictor of becoming wealthy. This ability to envision larger future rewards makes individuals less likely to give in to short-term pleasures. For James, Turning down a daily latte was easy when he imagined the incredible experiences he could have in Bali with his wife and friends. This mindset of prioritizing long-term goals over immediate pleasures contributes to financial success. 4. The rich understand that the world is changing. In a challenging economic situation where companies resort to layoffs for cost-cutting, both Gary and James experience job losses. Gary, who has been doing the bare minimum at work, is panicking and wondering how he will pay his rent, bills, and debts now that his only source of income is gone. Gary believed in the idea of job security as an employee, and losing his job makes him question the validity of this belief. In contrast, James also faces job loss, but reacts differently. During the exit interview, his boss praises him as a great employee and explains that he let go of all the other employees before him. James accepts his fate graciously, thanking his boss for the opportunity and expressing confidence in his financial stability. The key difference is that he, recognizing the uncertainty of job security, took proactive steps early in his career. He started building an online business and contributed to a dividend stock portfolio. These financial ventures have become established enough to sustain him until he finds another job, or he can work full-time on his side hustle online business. The rich, like James, understand that the world is changing. He knows the importance of planning for the future and the unpredictability of employment. They prioritize creating multiple streams of income and financial security, enabling them to weather economic uncertainties with confidence. 5. Building multiple income streams. About a week after getting laid off, Gary is at home complaining with his friends about the tough economy, expressing pessimism about finding another job. He feels life has been unfair, blaming their lack of luck and opportunities for their financial situation. On the other hand, James, shortly after losing his job, invites his friends over for dinner. During the meal, he shares that he has been laid off due to economic challenges, but assures his friends that his other income sources will support his current lifestyle. One friend suggests James join his software company and offers him an executive position. Another friend proposes starting a consulting company together, recognizing their successful collaboration in the past, as James has much knowledge in many fields. The key difference is that James has deliberately created multiple income streams, positioning himself to weather economic downturns. While Gary and his friends focus on the challenges and blame external factors, James's diverse sources of income provide him with flexibility and opportunities even in difficult times. While the poor often rely on just one income stream, rich individuals understand the importance of not relying solely on one source of income, enabling them to adapt to changing circumstances and pursue new ventures. 6. The rich have money to work for them. Rich people don't just make money to spend it on fancy things. They work hard to get money so that they can use it smartly to make even more money. Imagine you suddenly have $100,000. Now there are two types of people in this situation. Person A, like Gary, takes all the money and buys a brand new fancy car. However, this car is a depreciating asset, which means it loses value over time. The moment you drive it out of the showroom, its value starts going down. In about 10 years, the car might lose $10,000 every year in value. And if you try to sell it right away, you could lose 20% more because it's considered a used car. Person B, like James, instead of buying a car, this person looks for an appreciating asset. Appreciating means growing in value over time. With $100,000, they might decide to invest in real estate, like buying a property. They could rent it out immediately, and every month it starts bringing in money. After 10 years, not only has the property paid back the initial $100,000, but if they decide to sell it, they might get even more than what they initially paid for it. The key is to think beyond just spending money on things that lose value. Instead, make choices that help your money grow and work for you over time. 7. The rich play the long game. The key factor that distinguishes the wealthy from the less affluent is their ability to play the long game. The rich comprehend that accumulating wealth is a gradual process that requires sustained effort over an extended period. They recognize that it's the consistency of small efforts repeated over time that leads to significant financial success. In contrast, those with a poorer mindset, like Gary, often desire immediate wealth without being willing to make the necessary sacrifices. Unless one is born into wealth or possesses extraordinary talent that catapults them into stardom, achieving substantial financial success typically demands at least a decade of unwavering dedication and hard work. A compelling example is Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time. Despite buying his first stocks at the age of 11, a staggering 99% of his wealth was earned after his 50th birthday. This underscores the importance of perseverance and the long-term view of wealth accumulation. The rich understand that people tend to overestimate what they can achieve in a single year, but significantly underestimate what they can accomplish in 2 or 3 decades. The key is to persistently play the long game, never quit, and continuously push towards one's goals. It's easy to admire the end result, but few discuss the challenging journey required to reach that point. 8. The rich know the importance of health. Focusing on personal health is another aspect that sets the wealthy apart. Recognizing that the only way to help others is by first helping oneself, the rich prioritize maintaining a healthy lifestyle. They invest time, effort, and money in eating right and keeping both their physical and mental well-being in top shape. Many successful individuals engage in activities such as meditation to strengthen their mental resilience. This commitment to holistic health contributes to their overall success. Remember, social circle matters. The poor tend to surround themselves with other broke individuals. The rich surround themselves with other affluent individuals. If you are still here, I would greatly appreciate your support by sharing and commenting on today's video. The more you engage, the more the video will spread to other people who may need this message. Thank you for taking the time to watch until the end. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.